Welcome to another Baby Theater. Today, we're going to be telling the tale of Robin Hood. Yeah. So, Robin Hood, pretty crazy guy, who wore this feather in his hat. Kind of like Old MacDonald, you know? Old MacDonald, he had a farm, and he had a bunch of chickens. And they were like, bark, bark, chicken, chicken, bark, bark. Hmm? If you know, you know. What's up? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it's hard to exactly say if he got the feather from Old MacDonald or not. Could be. He could have. I've tried to contact Old MacDonald to see if that's correct. But he's kind of tough to get a hold of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He is hard to get a hold of. Yeah. So, then, what I did, so Robin Hood, he wears this green hat with the feather in it, just like we were talking about. And he goes around, and he wears a green cape too, by the way. And, which is kind of cool, because it's pretty, it's not really in style, It's one of those things, like, if you owned a cape shop right now, you'd probably be going out of business. You'd be profit loss, be a lot of things going on. You'd probably have to, sell your business, sell your land, sell your land. Okay. Ooh, no. Probably have to sell that land. Get back your investment. So Robin Hood's main thing is he likes to steal stuff. He's a stealer. They call those stealer things, they call them thieves. And they go around and they take things that's not theirs. You know what I'm saying? No? We got a burp coming? We got a burp coming? Okay, we may have a burp coming. We may have a burp coming. No? Just food? Okay. I got it. It's right here. Good job. Yeah, there we go. So then, Robin Hood, once he steals these things, then he goes and he takes them back to the village, right? His village is like a kind of a poor village. And so, people really don't have a lot of stuff. So he takes these things, he takes the pearl necklaces and the watches and stuff, and he takes them back to the village, and the villagers, they take it and they go pawn it for 20% of what it's worth. And then what happens is they take that money and they spend it on taxes. And you'll know what I'm talking about one day, because taxes, oh my gosh, they take like so much. It's crazy, like 30%, 40%, something like that. It's insane. And they use it to fund the military and war. Like about 80%, 80 to 90% of it goes straight to the military. Do not pass go. So we use 10% to help people and 90% to destroy people. Pretty crazy. So anyway, then, we're talking that this poor town, they're more like a middle class at this point. Everybody has houses. They all have their fair share of dogs and cats and stuff. So they're not really too poor anymore because of Robin Hood. But, they're not super rich, so Robin Hood doesn't steal from them. Well, sometimes he does. He is kind of a kleptomaniac, which means that he steals it from everyone, all the time. But really, his principle is he tries to control. He's kind of like a Dexter, Dexter, he has the impulse to kill. So what he does is he kills bad people. So with Robin Hood, he has the compulsion to steal, so he steals from bad people. You know, pretty crazy. So then he has this bow and arrow, right? And he goes in these carriages and he shoots out their tires. And the weird thing about that is the tires are wood and his arrows are wood. So it's almost like he's not even really attacking. He's more like a carpenter, really. He's crafting, you know? No more? Okay. You good? You burp now? Okay, let's burp. Let's burp. So it's almost like he's not even. It's almost like he's not even. He's not even attacking. He's just really building things. But eventually, the axle does break, and you know he's able to get in there and take things from people. You know, he steals from all these different kinds of people. Well, one day he finds a carriage that's really loaded. Like it's like tapestries are all over it. It's crazy. Yeah. Come on, burp. Burp it up. Burp it up, baby. Yeah. That's what we do. We metal scream whenever we're burping. Yeah. Yeah, good job. Did you do it? So then, what happens is Robin Hood, he steals from this one's super lavish, and there's a person there named Maiden Man Merriam, and that guy is loaded. Like he's kind of the king in the area, and he's like loaded as heck. But one thing that Robin Hood stole from him was, guess it, it's a ring. Stole a ring from him, and with this ring, it's a magical ring. It's a magical ring. Oh, jeez. Okay. We spit up. Nope. Well, let's pause the stream here. And get this rat. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Yay! So fresh and so clean. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Yeah. Good job. So, he takes this ring, and it's a magical ring. And he puts this ring on his finger. And guess what? All of a sudden, he teleports. He teleports right to the village. And Lil Jon's there. And Lil Jon's like, whoa, dude. What? What did you just do? How did you do it? Right? And Robbin Hood was like, man, I actually don't know. So, I don't know, boy. It just happened out of nowhere. I guess it's like a magic ring or something. Right? Crazy. So, anyway, the next thing you know, this Maiden Man Merriam is so angry that Robin Hood stole his ring. So obviously, tries to come after him. He didn't know it was Robin Hood at first. You know? He didn't know Robin Hood at first. But then he was like, oh. He started asking around, right? He was like, man, I'm looking for somebody in a green hat with a feather in it. And then, they said a couple things. They were like, Yankee Dandy, is that who it is? Yankee Dandy? And Yankee Dandy, no, wasn't him. It was Robin Hood. And so he goes, oh, okay. Well, Robin Hood lives over there in that village. It's like a middle class neighborhood. And they're like, well, they always have lots of extravagant things. And it was the pawn shop guy, actually. His name was Stewart. And this pawn shop guy, Stewart, he was like, yeah, Robin Hood comes in here all the time. It's crazy. He has all these expensive items that he sells to me for nothing. You know, I give him nothing for them, but I could have you buy them back for a premium price. You know, Stuart was like, woo, he was ahead of his time. He was like boss over there. Because nobody would buy the stuff that's fenced, you know, except for Stuart, you know. And Maiden Man Miriam was like, dude, why would you buy from Robbin Hood? And Stuart was like, well, you know, times are rough. And Main Man Marion was like, well, why do you have a Ferrari out front then if times are tough? And he said, well, you know, times are tough for everybody else, not me, buddy. Stuart was loaded. And so Maiden Man Marion was like, all right, we're taking everything from you. Next thing you know, thousands of guns pop out. Focus right on Maiden Man Marion. And he's like, bro, no. I'm not gonna, no. I'm out of here. I'm out. Stuart was like high class, man. You know, he was really, getting the deal done. And, and then they had the right to bear arms. So, I mean, really, Main Man Marion couldn't really do anything. So, but anyway, Robin Hood was talking to Little John still. And, but Main Man Marion was like right there on his tail, you know. And, you need more foods? No? Okay. And Maiden Man Miriam was like right on Robin Hood's trail. But Robin Hood said, I think I know how to use this. What I have to do is I have to think about the place that I want to be the most. And I just focus on it and it teleports me there. You know? And he says, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Go ahead and try it. You know, see what happens. And then Robin Hood, he goes, oh, you know what I would really like? I'd really like to live in a castle, be one of the rich people, just like own everyone. And then I can go and I can lavish the town with riches. And, you know, everybody will be rich, you know. And so Robin Hood was like, yeah, let's do it. So Robin Hood, he teleports bing, into the castle. Next thing you know, there's a feast in front of him of a roast beast and shrimps. Lots of shrimps. It has a little cocktail sauce in there too. And so he starts mowing down. You know, I mean, Robin Hood, you know, he's never had, you know, that much food in his life. You know, in his entirety of life adding up, his whole table was full. Like, this table is like bigger than you and I. You know, huge table, like a giant table. It's probably as big as the Empire State Building, and with food, right? And next thing you know, Robin Hood's like just chowing down, and he's like, you know what? I could use this food, and I could take it back to the village. But as soon as he started to wish on the ring, he said, wait a minute. No. I gotta get weaponry. I gotta get weaponry out of here. And he goes into the weaponry room, and there's all different kinds of things, axes, and there's like bows and arrows, and there's swords, and there's like everything you can imagine, you know, everything, crossbows even, and crossbows were really hard to come by back then. And so next thing you know, he's like, okay, I think I'm going to teleport back with these weapons, you know, so we can defend ourselves. And then he says, wait. If I could go to the source of the gold, then I could get what I want, right? Now, in this indecisiveness that Robin Hood's experiencing, he just keeps going on deeper. If I have the money, then I can just buy everything I need, and then we'll be good to go, you know. And he just keeps going, and he can't stop until he's not content. He's never content. He just keeps looking for that next thing. And that can be a dangerous thing, I can tell you. Because if you're just looking for that next thing, looking for that next thing, you don't stop and look at what you've got, you know? And that's exactly what Robin Hood did. Meanwhile, Maiden Man Marion has just made it to the village. And he's looking for Robin Hood. They say, well, you know, he talks to Little John. Hello. I'm looking for Robin Hood. And Little John's like, yeah, never heard of him. Right? Never heard of him in my life. Ever. I couldn't even see him. Like, if I saw him, I'd be like, who's that? Right? Who's that? Well, he has a green hat with a feather coming out of it. He said, well, I think I know somebody like that. Yankee Dandy. And, you know, at that point, you gotta expect that Maiden Man Marion is pissed off. And he says, if you don't tell me where Robin Hood is right now, I'm gonna raze this village, turn it into dust. And Little John's like, I ain't no snitch. And then, meanwhile, Robin Hood is chilling, just looking through gold. He's trying to find the most valuable golds. There's thousands of golds, but he wants the most valuable one because that way he can go back and he can save the village. They can be prosperous again, you know. So Robin Hood's like still searching for that next step. You know, what's the next step? Meanwhile, Maiden Man Marion says 3, 2, 1. And as you remember, he had that magic ring. He also had a magic cane. And the magic cane hit the ground. And all of a sudden, a big fiery wave, like a tornado, ripped through the entire town. Ripped it, just shredded everyone. Destroyed their bodies. Bones flew everywhere. It was nightmarish. 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 But Robin Hood, he was like, I found the piece that I wanted to take. Finally. And when he tried to teleport back to the village, he couldn't. It was gone. He couldn't. What he had pictured in his mind had been vanished and taken away. And you know, he looked around the castle and he was like, oh my gosh, I have everything I need here. But, you know, I really miss my people. And so he said, I guess the ring only had a few charges. Which could be fair. I mean, that is an accurate assessment. It makes sense. But once Maiden Man Marion got to the castle, saw that Robin Hood was there with the ring, he gasped. He said, Robin Hood, you're proposing to me? And Robin Hood was like, you know what? Yes. Yes, you're awesome. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Really. Without this ring, I couldn't have done anything for my village. And they got married. And they lived happily ever after. And they were rich. Filthy rich. So, it was a pretty happy story. The end.